That's a great question. You're asking me to explain why the bitter flavor has that effect on bile. And I'm going to reference a couple of things. This is something that herbalists have passed down for generations. That action is called the cholagogue action. And a cholagogue is something that helps your body express more bile into the digestive tract. Its purpose basically is to hoard some of that bile. Your liver is always producing bile, right? But if you have a gallbladder, your gallbladder basically sucks it up and hoards it there for a while so that anytime you eat a big heavy meal, it can squirt out extra bile to help you digest the fats and the heavier parts of that meal, okay? Now, when you have had your gallbladder removed, you don't have that option anymore. The bile is just squirted straight into your small intestine, and oftentimes it's not enough to get you, going, and you have trouble digesting. You have trouble digesting fats. So the cholagogue and bitter flavor is going to help stimulate your liver into expressing more of that bile. I'm going to explain a little bit just because. So here I'm going to reference John Lust's herb book. This is beat up because I look at it all the time. I'm looking under dandelion. All right. So dandelion has two particularly important uses: to promote the formation of bile and to remove excess water from the body in edematous conditions resulting from liver problems. The root especially affects all forms of secretion and excretion from the body. Yada, 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 yada. Lukewarm dandelion tea. Infusion of the fresh fruit is said to be good for gallstones, jaundice, and other liver problems, etc. There's a little bit more detail on that, but you're asking specifically about the cholagogue action. So I just thought I'd reference that one. And then I've got this one, Guido Masse. He's another very famous herbalist. I have his bitters book, DIY Bitters, and that does a really good job of explaining why. By the way, the one thing that you can remember is that if you put the bitter flavor, hang on, where are my bitters? I have digestive bitters on the table right here. So if you put this flavor, anything bitter, on your tongue, you will notice that you start to salivate more, right? Your mouth is excreting juices, digestive juices. It's working in your mouth, and that just travels down because you've actually got flavor receptors throughout your entire digestive tract that are going to sense that bitter flavor. Guido Masse says in this one here, when stimulated, these receptors elicit aversion, a protective reflex that comes from the fact that most poisonous plants and other substances, such as the secretions of disease-causing bacteria, taste quite bitter. Bitterness causes us to consume less. It gets juices flowing through the mouth and digestive system, helping break down and detoxify whatever is eaten. This is the main reason bitters are recommended so often to settle an upset stomach. They improve digestion and metabolism because incompletely digested food is the primary source of bloating, cramping, and intestinal discomfort. So when you suggest a dash of bitters for indigestion, there's good science to back it up. Hopefully that's enough references. There's also a study that I found that I referenced in my blog post. If you go onto my website, nobsherbalist.com, you can search for the bitters blog post. And there's a whole thing on digestive bitters, how to make them, and the roots. And I know this was a little bit of a long video, but hopefully that has explained it better for you.